My name is Christopher Gilpin, and I'm the strategic business coach for Actionable. Interestingly enough, I actually have a background as a facilitator and have a fair bit of experience being up in front of the room and delivering to a audience ranging from 10 people all the way upwards of a few hundred. What I really wanted to focus on is actually taking the content that I did know and growing it to a point where I was really able to use it in a video conferencing situation. To be able to really transfer some of the knowledge that I already had into that medium was really intriguing to me. I think the learning experience is very unique in that you're thrown into a situation where the facilitators are actually putting the methodology on display and you get to be immersed in it while also learning how to put yourself in it in terms of the presenter. So I think the really interesting thing about the learning experience was how to view something, dissect it, and use that experience to really focus on your own strengths, your own abilities, and hopefully grow kind of through that process, if that makes sense. This is not a classroom experience where you are sitting and taking notes and someone is preaching to you or kind of talking down to you as the audience. This is a very immersive 2-day program. You're out of your seat constantly throughout the 2 days, really thinking about the various aspects of communication that we're delving into, and yeah, very interactive and immersive. I enjoy being with people, so that's already a tick for me, but I think the overall program does pull you and challenge you regardless of your background, while at the same time providing a few really kind of laughably hilarious moments, whether that's through kind of us all being silly with our gestures, making them really big, or really thinking about how we can be really quiet and then project a lot, and kind of going through these iterations of kind of testing out different aspects of communication. I guess the 3 elements of the program that I've really focused on post-program have been gestural vocabulary. So I think using Virginia Satir, I believe, her methods in terms of really trying to engage with people with your hand gestures has been really interesting to focus on. And I've also really thought a lot about managing questions, and that's been a really interesting one. Again, coming from my background of having had questions come from audiences big and small, to now go into a mode where I'm managing those questions and not responding to them has been a really big shift. I guess the third would be looking at projection. I am naturally a very loud individual, so to actually think about projecting and not shouting has been a really big step. I think the focus for me, having delivered a 3-day leadership conference for 25 people a few weeks after the program, it was really interesting for me to go through that experience, having gone through it so many times in the past, to see what I used to do to what I did in those 3 days. I think the big shift was around the positioning at the start of the program and how I was able to really focus on the methodology to help give the audience an idea of what they were going to get before delivering anything about who I was and my background. And I think that really did shift their initial experience at the start of the program, which did bleed through the 3 days we had together. So I think that was, for me, the big shift. The ability for other people in the room who had the least amount of experience to totally transform over the 2 days was one of the aspects that really inspired me. And there is one individual in particular that was very, very nervous on the first activity of the 2 days, and she absolutely killed it on the last experience, where she presented incredibly confidently and spoke as though she had been doing this for a long time. The overwhelming sense from the room was that we all wanted to stay connected with each other, and that was really unique.